everybody, welcome. We have a very special piece today. We are in the 2023
GR Corolla Circuit Edition.
One of 1500. So we are in a one of 1500 2023 GR Corolla Circuit Edition with CJ from Toyota of Keene, and this is quite the pleasure. This is the first one I've seen in person. It's probably the only one I'm going to be able to ride in, and it is a huge pleasure to be in one of these. All right, CJ, what are we looking at for performance on this thing? I think that's what everybody wants to know.
That's the big question, isn't it? So this is a 1.6 liter, 3-cylinder turbocharged all-wheel drive Corolla, which sounds crazy.
300 horsepower out of a 1.6 liter 3-cylinder is bonkers to me.
It's mind-boggling. I've never seen an engine that small producing this much power.
And it doesn't weigh a thing.
It's not. It's a Corolla.
Yeah.
It weighs lighter too. It has a carbon forged roof in this one specifically.
So this is basically, for everybody who's wondering, this is a Corolla on steroids, and a lot of them. 6-speed manual transmission. Now, first thing when you get in here, you got some synthetic suede race bucket seats with the GR badge on the back.
Bryn Knob is the brand, which I've never heard of.
Me either.
It's a very comfortable seat for sure.
It's nice.
Couldn't help myself.
This thing is so sick.
The thing about this is that like when Toyota was teasing that this thing was coming out, people were losing their minds because they were hiding little Corolla pictures in the background of actual other models that were coming out, and people could only speculate up until when they actually released it, and the entire enthusiast community went wild for it.
So obviously this car is geared towards the car enthusiast community. Obviously we got the 6-speed manual transmission, but we also have a bunch of different drive modes in this thing if you want to go over some of those.
Yeah, so no problem. So basically we got a 6-speed transmission. It has intelligent rev matching feature as well, so the intelligent manual transmission. So when I go down to gear with that feature on, it automatically rev matches so that I don't have a transmission jerk feature. Yeah. It feels amazing. I love rev matching myself, but when it does it for me, I'll take it.
This thing just wants to take off right into the sky, and it's so fun to drive in. Also
with that, it has an all-wheel drive system that's adaptive. It has Torsen limited slip differentials in the front and the rear, as well as it has a system called the GR4 all-wheel drive. So you can go 50-50 with the track mode for the power distribution. You can go 30% in the front, 70% in the rear. That's going to be your, what was that mode right there? GR4, then 60-40 for your street mode regularly. So you have 3 different modes to play around with, and it really does optimize when you're in the corners. Track mode, if you're hitting a corner, just floor it. It hits the corner, and it's like it's on rails. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
It is a white color on the outside, black interior, and then you get your racing rims. I mean, everything. You get huge rotors, huge brakes.
Yep, has a GR logo on the brakes. I don't believe they're Brembo, but they're just as big as a regular 2-port. Yeah. 12.3-inch multi-information display behind the steering wheel as well, and it's highly customizable. So I'm looking at my boost pressure right now. I'm looking at my G meter to see how well I've been whipping this thing around. I have my tells me what gear I'm in, which I don't really necessarily need that, but it does make me feel like I'm in a rally car having the big gear right in front of me.
And you also get a nice infotainment screen right here just for everybody's viewing pleasures. Gets all your maps on and everything. It's drivable. It's an everyday car, but
you can take this thing to the track, and you can also wirelessly use your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto for your music. Same thing with your Google Maps system or the Apple Maps system. It's not just for having fun on the track. I mean, like, this car, it genuinely is pretty comfortable.
We get heated seats up here, which is mean. We also get plenty of, we got a couple of USB-C charging ports all over the place, so it's definitely a race car that's geared towards, if you want to daily drive this thing.
No, exactly. It just simply blows my mind. I think this is just really a huge privilege to be able to drive something like this, considering they only made 1,500 of them. We're a small little town store, but being able to get a car like this and being able to just be part of that enthusiast community, seeing how passionate they are about these cars, including myself, it's a huge privilege.
Absolutely. Like you said, 1 out of 1,500, and we're in one. I mean, this is super cool, it's a huge pleasure to be in. We got JBL sound system, so if you want to bump on the track, bump on the track. You also said forged carbon fiber roof.
Yep.
It just comes with everything that you would ever want for an enthusiast car. And
It's unbelievably fun to drive. It's like the Corolla hatchback itself, and frankly any Corolla, they're always kind of peppy and fun to drive just because they're light and they have that 2-liter motor. But the fact that they were able to take away a cylinder, have a 1.3 liter, and have it be over 300 horsepower, 273 foot-pounds of torque, you feel every little bit of it. I mean, you get full torque at like 3,000 RPM in this thing.
How's the clutch feel in this?
It feels great. It feels like a little bit, it's a looser clutch, so I can feel like it has a lot of trial for error if someone was just kind of learning on something like this. You'd be very lucky to learn how to drive standard on a car of this magnitude, but you certainly can, because the clutch is pretty forgiving, I would say. I mean, you can actually feel the difference of having a passenger in this car because it's pretty light. You wouldn't think that just being a production-made Toyota that you would feel a difference like that, but since this thing was made in the GR Motomaki factory, did I pronounce that right? Motomaki factory.
Yeah, Motomaki, yeah.
They have unbelievably high standards for quality in that factory. They make only the GR stuff in there, and they only bring Toyota's best of the best. So it's like when everything in that factory is built from the ground up to have fun, be reliable, and still be as safe as any other Toyota. You still got Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 in this. It's reading the speed limit signs for me, tells me when there's a crossing walk sign coming. It's really smart. I mean, like, I notice things on here before I notice it on the road sometimes, but it's so exhilarating to be able to drive. So having that second set of eyes on the road for you while you're having all this fun is super important.
Definitely. 10 out of 10, you know. You
really is.
You can't go wrong with this car.
There's a reason it's so desirable and that they're building so few of them. I have a feeling that because when Toyota sees how popular this model is, and they already do, production's going to go skyrocketing, I would say. But right now for 2023, it is a very hard to get model, extremely hard to get. So again, just the fact that I can drive one and be able to do this, it's really cool.
This car, it looks so good too, being a hatchback. I'm not really a huge fan of hatchbacks, but all the sharp body lines, the wheels, the brakes, the calipers, everything on it. I mean, Toyota absolutely killed this thing. You even get some wicked nice front vents on the hood.
And those are functional too.
Yeah.
They're not just for looks like you would get at AutoZone.
You get a nice leather wrapped steering wheel. I mean, everything in this car is just top tier.
I was actually seeing a couple of people talk about these on the forums. I think the reason that they ended up building the GR this way is because technically when it comes to rallying, you have to use the production line car in order to rally. So they built this as a production car to give their rally team a lot more room to make something that's truly, truly fast.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're watching Toyota's races anytime soon in the next couple of years, you're going to see some really quick GRs there.
Because, I mean, Toyota just went full mad on this car.
Oh, yeah. Something tells me that this is definitely going to be the STI killer, especially because they got rid of the classic EJ engine, so it doesn't have that rumble anymore. It's like an entirely different car. So Toyota's really going to take that crown in the rally world with a car like this.
If you see this thing out and about at a red light, don't go with it because you're going to see a whole lot of tail lights.
All you're going to see is those 3 exhaust pipes.
This does have a tri-exhaust, which is really cool because that's the first one I've ever seen that's built like that.
Yeah.
It's got 2 on the outside, 1 on the inside. It sounds so good.
It really does. That's probably one of my favorite things about it, is because you never think a 3-cylinder could sound almost like a V6.
And you can even, the turbo spool in the cabin is crazy.
Yeah. It's, people would look at the price tag and be like, it's a Corolla, but until they drive that thing, then they'll truly understand. That's generous.
It is
in terms of the amount of stuff in the thing. The Morimoto shifter, though, being leather wrapped, that actually feels really good.
That is sweet, and you get that kind of brushed metallic finish on top with the GR and all the gears like etched into the top of it. Yeah, aluminum sport pedals, which is obviously you need that in a car like this. But on the outside with the Circuit Edition, what do you get that you wouldn't get on a normal GR car?
So definitely going to be the carbon forged roof on that one. Also the vents on the hood and the vents over on the sides of the car, they're functional as well. For the Circuit Edition, there is also a specific paint color that you can get. It is gray. I forget the exact name of it, but that is pretty much the main things about the Circuit Edition, besides just the fact of how exclusive they are.
Yeah.
The suede leather is also part of that too. Might be part of the Morizo Edition, but I think they have a different interior as well.
All right, everybody. Well, this was a pleasure for not only CJ and I, but I hope you guys enjoyed this GR Corolla model tour video. I'm Riley, CJ from Toyota of Keene, and we will catch you guys in the next one.
See ya.